Cool. So this would be more of a fun question. So if money wasn't an issue, what is your dream rig?
That. I mean, I have several Defiances. I have many Tikas. I've got blueprint true, yeah, blueprint true Remington 700s. A couple RPRs even, and I'm a short throw fan. I like the smoothness. I love the quickness of it. There's been many stages, especially if it's like an unlimited stage, where I may not be the best shooter out there, but because I was quicker and was able to get more rounds off because of the short throw, it's bumped me up a ton of places. So this isn't my scope. It was borrowed from a buddy, because I got one that's currently on its way, and I just sold my previous one. But this is a Curtis Custom Axiom in a J. Allen chassis, proof, 27-inch finished, Remington varmint contour, 6mm Creedmoor, modular evolution bipod, and a Huber Concepts 2-stage trigger. And 2-stage trigger because I like being able to, in a lot of our scenarios, fake rooftop, rock, barricade, whatever, I like to be able to know where that trigger is and be able to actually touch it before it goes off. So having that whole first stage, I'm able to get on, be looking at the target, touch my trigger, and then when I'm ready, take it to the wall and break through the wall. So I think as far as the different 2-stage triggers I've tried, I've really been impressed with this Huber. Action's super fast. There's a lot of really quality actions out there. Anywhere from in the past, people would take their cheap Remington 700s and then they'd true it, blueprint, and trying to get it to do all the things that we're able to get in pretty much any action now. So you can go anywhere from inexpensive but still having all the high dollar features like a $700 or $800 GRB action to a Curtis that's coming in around $1,000. Then you've got Defiance, Mausingfeld, Bighorn. There's a lot of really good options, and at that point you start, like with a lot of the other equipment, you start kind of being nitpicky of what you like or don't like. Some guys they want a full 90-degree throw, so the Curtis isn't going to be for them. Just little feature sets that some of them do, some of them have, and some of them don't have. This one's set up with, instead of a traditional Picatinny rail, it has a really right stuff dovetail, like an Arca Swiss dovetail. It allows you to be able to adjust that position anywhere you want, lock it down, and then obviously the modular evolution locks to flat, angled, adjust your cant. Two other things that I like, the bubble level is it's the Send It bubble level. What's the name of the company?
Long Range Arms.
Long Range Arms. Yeah. A bubble level is only as good as when you actually look at it, and more often than not, I think guys know the importance of cant, but they forget to look at it. The Send It bubble level has lights, so it actually lights up and screams at you when you're off cant. So I got in the habit of using it, and then when I had to not use it for a couple months, I ended up shooting a lot worse because I was used to a really solid reminder. And then this Hoptic 2-round holder, being able to keep 2 in the saddle to just be able to throw in quickly if I need a couple extra rounds is real nice. There's another one by Short Action that does the same thing. It just holds it in like a little bungee type hold.
Yeah, I think I would kind of. I run a Curtis Custom on a Axiom on an MPA chassis. That's what I run right now with a tangent theta scope on it. We're getting the vectors coming in pretty soon. And I think that's to me that's the ultimate rig. The difference on the new vectors coming out have this rail is screwed and pinned, and on the Axiom, and the recoil lug right here is not integrated. So on the new vectors coming out, it's integrated lug, integrated rail, so it's just basically one solid piece. So those can't come loose at all ever. 60-degree throw is for me a must have. So the distance that you throw on the bolt is only 60 degrees versus 90 degrees. For me, when I've had Defiances and a few other 90-degree ones where just the way that I run the bolt that's comfortable for me, I would hit my scope every single time I would run the bolt.
Come up and hit that. Hit your scope or hit your throw lever that's right there, and then you're all bloodied up.
I literally have a scar on my thumb from doing that. And it just gets annoying. And it's nice with the 60-degree throw. A lot of times you get in positions where you're up against a wall or shooting through a window where you have to, it's just nice to have a little short throw. And with the Curtises, they have a roller ball on the cocking piece, so it's almost as light as a 90-degree throw, if not, depending on the 90-degree action. I like the MPA chassis I run. I run a MTU contour, so this is where the preference come in. So I run a heavier barrel, so it's basically about this thick all the way through. So it's a pretty heavy rig. But I'm interested to see. I'm gonna try that new Zero Comp scope that's coming out this summer. That one looks pretty top notch. It checks basically every box I have for glass. The brakes are important. I run a low bastard brake.
That's a Patriot Valley Arms Jet Blast. There's like 3 of them, I think, that are known as being like the top recoil reducing.
That's a good brake, yeah.
So the Jet Blast, the 419, or the Little Bastard, like Dan had mentioned, that's by APA. I think between the 3 of them, they're just incredible brakes.
We've been in the game long enough for, when you say the ultimate rig that we want, that's what we're pretty much shooting now. Just because we've both tried a lot of this other stuff, and for us, it just kind of fits the way that we have our stuff built now. So.
And it's mostly a personal preference.
Yeah, at that point, I mean, once you get past that dollar point that we were talking about, it's you pay a little bit more, or you pay a lot more for just a little bit, of performance benefit. Like, these triggers, to me, I mean, I run the same trigger, the Huber 2-stage, best trigger in my opinion. I've ran a bunch of different triggers, and yeah, it costs a little more, but man, that thing is, I feel like it's giving me points. And if it hasn't, mentally I feel better shooting it and more confident when I'm squeezing the trigger. If my sight picture of my crosshairs are on the target, I know when I want to squeeze that trigger, when I want it to go off, I know it's going to go off. But I run a spur mount on my scope. It's I like having good rings, or a unibody piece, a single piece for my rings, and pretty similar setups. But yeah, they're still a little bit different. Like, he runs a different chassis than I do, and